Morning. All right, guys. Get started here in a couple minutes for the last market review of the year. Go ahead and bring up our risk disclosure. Hey, Deb. Morning. All right. All right, guys. So we'll go ahead and get started with the market review. So just to kind of remind everyone here that the content that's about to be published by and distributed by the market trader and its affiliates is to be treated as general information only. None of the information provided by the company or contained herein is intended as investment advice and offered to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. Use of this information contained is to be used at your own risk, and the company, its partners, representatives, agents, employees, and contractors assume no responsibility or liability for any use or misuse of such information. We all understand that future trading does contain a fair amount of risk, because not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more their investment capital. Only risk capital that we can otherwise afford to lose without jeopardizing one's financial security, should be used for trading. And only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation or offer to buy, sell futures, options, or Forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the news here. I don't believe there's much news today, but we'll just take a quick peek at the news. Okay. We can see that we have a U.S. Case-Shiller year-over-year report coming out here at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So no real news event taking place. We're obviously always at the risk of some sort of global event, but nothing scheduled. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start to take a look at the markets. Okay, for the last day of 2024. Okay. So, hey Alejandro. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take a look at this here. All right. Okay. So, all right. So I do have now the gold chart up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn off some of our levels here and take a look at what the daily is trying to tell us, what the daily is trying to tell us with respect to sentiment on this market. Okay, and again, it seems like we seem to be in some sort of consolidation of some sort. Okay, this is kind of what I'm seeing in this market. Okay, that we are in this big kind of consolidation pattern in the gold. Okay, trying to understand, I guess, to pick a direction or have market participants pick a direction. So in the meantime, we continue to coil. Okay, we continue to coil to the apex. All right, apex of this triangle. Okay, that's kind of what I see on the daily chart. Right, we continue to coil into the apex, and at some point at the end of this apex, we either going to fire to the upside or fire to the downside. Okay, that's kind of what I see on the daily. Okay, all right. For our chart, similar kind of view here. We've been kind of hugging the an area of demand here at you can see here we're below our 233-day EMA, which indicates that there's a little bit of a bearish sentiment in the market at the moment. We have come into an area of demand. Okay, this 2600 level, I would say, is relatively important for the gold market. Okay, If it does manage to get below 2600, then I would say that we open the door for, prices to reach as low as 2550. Okay. If price manages to close below this 2600 level. Okay. So right now we're seeing some sort of reaction away from an area of demand. Okay. This is definitely an area of demand. However, we are, in somewhat of a bearish kind of channel to the downside. Okay. Looking at the 4-hour. Okay. Moving into the 30-minute chart. Okay. 30-minute chart. Hey, Viper TV. Okay. Looking at the 30-minute chart, again, we see that price is below our VWAP here. We had a little relatively strong sell-off here. Let's see, Monday. Oh, looks like this is a little bit dated here, guys. Sorry. Okay. Make sure I'm looking at the right set of candles here. Okay. All right. This looks a lot better. Okay, so we have some reaction that's coming off of this this little demand zone that's been created here. Okay, you can see that we got a little bit of a rush of buyers here. Okay, maybe at the year end they wanted to kind of add to their gold supply here, but nonetheless, we've gotten a little bit of a reaction away. Okay, from this area that we've kind of identified in this triangle pattern. Okay, so this area here around 2620 seems to be an area of support. Okay, between let's say 2615 to 2619 seems to be an area of support or demand. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and locate our anchored VWAP, and let's locate the start of London, which is right about here. Right about there. Okay, start of London. And you can see that price is starting to make its way above this anchored VWAP that was created by London session. Okay, so I generally like to draw these in areas where we have a pivot. So I might actually move this a little bit down to this level here. Okay, and you can see that we've gotten some reaction off of that as well, right? We have a little V pattern that created a little pivot in price. Okay, so I like placing my VWAPs in areas where we've seen a pivot in price. So you could make a case maybe potentially for this level here. Okay, but that really doesn't tell us a whole lot different than what we got from here. So I'd rather go with the major one. Okay, we can see that price is above both our daily VWAP and our anchor VWAP, indicating that maybe there is some more upside opportunity in the gold market today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up our let's see, fixed range volume profile here. Let's just to start. Okay, fixed range volume profile. We're going to go ahead and locate the start of the session here on Tuesday. Well, today is Tuesday. Start of the session on Monday. Okay, right here. Okay, drag that across to the close right there. Okay, and you can see that price has managed to get above value. Okay, so when price is above value, it indicates that in this case that the bulls have kind of taken a little bit of control of the market here, right? We got a little bit of a pullback down to the value area high. We kind of peaked inside value, and it was rejected. Buyers have buyers stepped into this market. Okay. All right. So again, we have an area here on the top of value area high. This area here around 2623. That seems to be another area that would be interesting. As long as we stay above this, I would say that we have a reasonable chance, certainly, to get up to the highs of the day here. Okay, back on Monday. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile here. Well, we did that. Let's see. What I wanted to do was open up initial balance. Okay, so go ahead and open up initial balance is right here. You just want to make sure that this reads correctly. Yes, it does. Going to open this up. Okay, so there's our Should open up our value range here. I'm not sure why that's not happening. Okay, again, I'm off by a candle here with this. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have our initial balance range established here. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and wait for this kind of initial balance range to establish here. Okay. Right now, looks like it came into a little bit of an area where we've had some prior resistance, and now currently kind of selling off here a little bit. Okay. The fact that we are above value indicates that maybe there is some, bullish opportunity in the market. I don't know this kind of candle here, but there's obviously some sellers, some buyers, I should say, that kind of stepped into this market. Okay. I would say that if I'm bullish, I would like to make sure that price remains above. Okay, price stays above this value area high level. Okay, if price remains above this value area high level, then I feel like there's an opportunity for price to continue to the upside. Okay, if price does manage to close back inside this area of value, then we can potentially look for a value area acceptance trade that will actually traverse through the entire range of value. Okay, so that's kind of a couple of scenarios. If I'm bullish, I don't want to see price kind of breach and close inside value. Okay. Inside value in this case is this area that I have established with my volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and open up my visible range volume profile and see where we're at with respect to that. Okay. So again, we have this kind of value area, right? Price has come back inside this value area range. And this is kind of a visible range volume profile. Okay. So we'll go ahead and maybe exclude some of these levels here. Okay. And then we end up kind of in around the same levels here. Okay. So this area right here seems to be a relatively important area, right, to hold if we're bullish. If we're unable to hold and this candle does indeed close in this fashion, and maybe even close below our VWAP, then I would say that there's a reasonable chance to retest the lows of the market. Okay, go back down to 26.15. Okay, if we do manage to hold this and price does hold these levels, then there's also the equal opportunity for price to continue to the upside. Okay, but we do not want to see price come back inside value. Okay, if that happens, then I would say that there's a reasonable chance for price to continue in that direction and traverse through the entire range of value. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and add our levels to this chart. Okay. So here are our levels for the gold market. There they are. Okay. So these are the levels that we're tracking in this market. We have going to go ahead and open up our average daily ranges here. Okay. So there's our average daily range. Just kind of double check here. Seem a bit off here, probably as a result of my being inside this replay. So we'll need to adjust these here a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use 2639 as my average daily high. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and open up ASR here, and that comes in at 2640. Okay, 50. All right, 2640, 50. That's our average session range high. Okay, and then we have 2611 as our average session range low. Okay, and then our average daily range low is coming in at, looks like around 2616, 70. That's, which is not too far off. Okay. All right. Let's turn this off here. All right. We probably need to also double check our settlement prices and things of that nature. So let's open that up actually. and see what this has to say. And sure enough, some of our levels are off. Okay, so we got 2618, 2618.80 is our settlement price. We have 2622.10 as our value area high. And then we have 2612.70 as our value area low. Point of control at 2615.70 as our point of control. And let's see, value area low we've already captured, and I believe we've captured our low end of. Okay, so that's our kind of revised levels here, guys. Okay, so we see that we still have our initial balance kind of continuing to kind of play out here. All right, so we'll just have to kind of wait for that to happen. We'll go ahead and move on to the 15-minute chart just to get a kind of early indication of what happens here. Okay, so we got a relatively strong candle here. Didn't really chew up much in the way of this bullish candle, so that could lead to potential break of initial balance, okay, to the upside, using the either average session range or average daily range as a target for the move. Okay, so if we do indeed get a break, right, we get a break above value, okay, and this dynamic volume profile, then I would say that we have a reasonable chance of getting up to maybe as high as 2640, or maybe as high as this average daily range. Okay, if we are of the mind of bullish, right? Now, if price does indeed break below, this area, then it opens the door for some of these average session range on the low end. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing in. I know this quite busy chart here, guys. Apologize for that. We'll kind of stretch this out here a little bit and see if we can still manage to. I don't know what happened to my levels here. Looks like I lost my levels. Let's see if I can get them back. Okay, there they are. All right. Okay. All right. So this is kind of what we're looking at here right now. Okay. So we'll just have to wait and see if the initial balance range will give us kind of an opportunity here. We're about, like I said, about 40 minutes away from this initial balance kind of wrapping up. And then at that point, we can decide whether we're going to get an extension. If we get an extension, then maybe we start to come back to the lows of the day. If we get the extension to the upside, well, we have our average daily range and average session ranges above us that could serve as reasonable targets if we do get an extension to the upside. Okay, assuming we get an extension to the upside. Okay. All right. I think that's all I have for the gold market. I just want to make sure this is visible. This looks like it's in order here, just to kind of double check here. 2639.10. We got 2640.5. That seems in order. We got 2622 as our value area high, not our dynamic value, but our value that's generated from the past. Okay. So that all seems in order. I'm going to go ahead and turn off, this makes this chart rather busy here. So I'm going to turn that off. That should help things a little bit. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in the gold market, guys. So I'm going to be patient, wait for this initial balance range to establish, and then let price, kind of dictate to me the extension of price of this initial balance range will dictate to me, at least initially, what direction that they like to take the market. Okay. That's going to be my kind of line in the sand. I have my 2628 level here I have my on the 2623.6 on the low end, and I'll just gonna wait and see, which direction they decide to take this market. If it's to the upside, it'll break, and I'll try to enter right around the IB high. If it breaks to the downside, I'll wait for a break, and then again wait for a retest of that same IB low before I look to entertain a trade. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at in the gold. Let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn off some of our levels here. We're going to go ahead and turn off this. We're going to go ahead and turn off this. And we're going to go ahead and open up our daily chart. Okay, and just kind of get a feel for what the market is trying to accomplish here. Okay, so similar kind of thing. Now, I don't know if there's probably some folks out there who are kind of these head and shoulder pattern folks, right? If I had just this, I would say that we had a little head and shoulder pattern kind of developing here, right? This is the left shoulder, this is the head, this is the right shoulder. But the thing is, now we seem to have a very extended right shoulder. Okay, so really, we kind of moved into kind of this range kind of price action between 72.5 and 67. Okay, so I'm not sure what to make of this, other than maybe potentially, kind of playing these ranges, selling off 72 and buying up 76, 67. That's kind of what the daily is telling us to do. Okay. 4-hour chart. Okay. 4-hour chart, we have a series, kind of a little bit of a reversal kind of candle pattern that's established here a little bit. In otherwise a market that's really not, giving us a true kind of indication of where it's headed. If I just look at these set of candles, I would say that we are kind of, making higher highs and higher lows. So the market looks like it wants to head higher. If that's the case, I wouldn't want price to get below that level. Okay. If that were the case, if we are making higher highs and higher lows, then I do not want to see price get below whatever, say 76 70 right? 70 is probably a price I do not want to see price breach. Okay, because that could indicate that we are going to head maybe to revisit some of these lower prices around 69.48. Okay, so if I'm bullish, 70 it seems like a logical level. 71 seems also another kind of psychological level in this market. Okay, moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, so 30-minute chart, we have price that is below our VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and draw our anchored VWAP here to locate London. All right, so this is our right around our London session, right about here. Okay, you can see that price. We had a kind of I would say, a rather significant sell-off of this market. Okay, probably somewhat news driven potentially. And now we seem to be kind of in this kind of recovery mode, right? We've gotten to a level of demand, right around 71, and we're trying to make our way back and maybe make our way back in the market, right? Bulls are trying to put make a foothold into this market. Okay. Now, if this is truly, a set of sellers, right? Well, then we want to treat this anchored VWAP as maybe a potential location for an opportunity to continue to the downside. Now, the problem with this is that we've been in somewhat of a range of late in this market, right? So this could easily just bounce between 71 and 72, right? 71 70 up to 71.70, and just kind of bounce in between and be perfectly happy in that range. Okay, but if this is going to trend in any sort of way, and assuming that this person or set of participants who stepped into this market are indeed looking to take the market lower, I would not anticipate that they would allow price to get much higher than this price here. Right? Yeah, Bigfoot. Exactly. This is a Bigfoot sighting, right? So if the Bigfoot is indeed, resetting kind of their portfolio, right? then I would anticipate that they would not let price get too much higher than 71 40, okay? Right? Before they kind of step into the market and kind of continue to drive price lower, okay? That's kind of why I see, just from a kind of a price action, kind of perspective here, okay? We had a significant push down, and now the question is if these are truly sellers, then I don't anticipate that they're going to let folks hang around at areas that would give buyers confidence that they can take price higher. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add our fixed range volume profile here, guys. So we're going to go ahead and locate the candle from Monday, drag that across to the close of Monday. Okay, maybe just one candle more here. All right, there it is. So price is kind of hanging around this area of value, right? You can see that, right, from yesterday, right? We've reversed right at the edge of value, right? Price was drove down to value, and now we've reversed away from it. Okay. So market has technically opened here. So we'll go ahead and open up our initial balance here. So we'll go ahead and open that up. Okay, there's our initial balance. Let's see if we can turn off some of these levels. I don't really use them, so I don't need them on my charts. These 50% and 200% extensions of the original initial balance range is not something I really care about. And then I'm going to move this to US. I was kind of looking at this in London, not London, but Tokyo. Okay. So there's our beginnings of our initial balance range. Okay. It opened right smack in the middle of value. Okay. So could indicate that we could potentially see more rangy kind of price action in this market. Okay. We're right smack in the middle of value. Now, if I go ahead and open up my visible range volume profile, let's see if I do have that here. We'll go ahead and add this. This will be a good exercise. Also, just kind of give you some visibility of how I configure it. Okay, so here's our visible range volume profile. Now I'm gonna customize this here a little bit. Okay, I'm not interested in different colors. Okay, if my value area up, I'm just going to keep as yellow. Okay, my value area down, I'm also going to keep as yellow. Okay, I'm not interested in the breakdown of buyers and sellers in my value range. I want to know what my value area is and what my out of value area is. Okay, so I'm gonna color this in gray, right? Again, I'm not interested in any sort of dynamic of what this gray areas provide. I want to know whether I'm in value or whether I'm outside of value. Okay, that's all I want to get out of this, right? So right now, both my value range from yesterday, okay, right, and my value range that's currently developed, okay, is where price is inside that value. Okay, notice how price got to the edge of value here, right, and reversed away from it. So these edges of value, okay, these edges of value offer us opportunities, right, for potential reversals in price. Okay, right. So this area right here, I'm going to kind of identify more as kind of an area, maybe a potential resistance to this move. Okay, and I'm going to identify this area down below as an area of potential support. Okay, you can see already that price has reversed away from it. Okay. So we could think about maybe playing this, kind of bouncing between value for a good majority of the day here. Now, if price does extend value, then I can use that same value range, that same value area high as a reference level to support a long. Okay. But I first need to see price. I first need to see price extend that range, right? I need price to break through that range, and then I can use that level as maybe an area for continuation move. Okay. All right. last thing I need to do here is to add my levels. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll double check the levels. Okay, so here are our levels in this market. I'm going to go ahead and open up ADR. We're just going to kind of slowly kind of review and make sure that I've captured these correctly. Okay, 30-minute chart. We're all good there. So this, we got the high end at 71.83. Okay, that looks in order. We're going to turn this off here. So we have our average daily range high at 71.85. We have our high, average daily range low down here at 70.48 or 70.45. Okay, we got average day 70.45. So that looks like it's in order. We have our value area high from yesterday. Okay, value area high from yesterday at 71.30. Okay, 71.30. Let's see, 71.36 looks like. So I'm going to adjust that a little bit. Okay. All right, and then we have our value area low here at, what is it? Looks like about 71 is our value area low. Okay. 71 is our value area low. So we'll just adjust that there. 71. Okay. Settlement price, we have also at that level 71. Okay. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm kind of be watching, I guess, in this market. Again, I'm going to be interested to see if price manages to get above value. Okay, if it does get above value, this 71 38 level, 71.40, let's say, then that could offer us an opportunity for an upside move in this market. Okay, right? And I can use that 71.40 level as an area for a potential, reversal in price. Now, we're still getting a developing initial balance range. So we want to let, kind of the initial balance range kind of play out here, right? And form, okay, before we, I guess, are too hasty in any sort of move. But then if we do get that break above it, then we can use that initial balance high as an area for maybe a potential move to the upside. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing now. We are moving into an area here where we might see some resistance in price. Okay. So just as I'm saying that we can actually get an extension to the upside, we could be met with some sellers up at this range. So we need to be somewhat careful. Okay, that this area could, and we can easily just bounce around between these ranges, right, for the remainder of today. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So if I'm more bearish in this market, well, I probably want to sell as close to the average daily range high, maybe as high as, let's see, where's our ASR? We'll go ahead and add that there as well. Okay. Maybe that could offer us another level if price manages to get up to that level. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the crude oil market. Again, I'm going to wait for price to kind of establish the initial balance range. Okay. And then once the initial balance range is established, then I'm going to look for some sort of either extension or failed extension, something along those lines, before I take on any sort of executions in this market. Okay. All right. Let's take a peek here to see if there's any questions. I'm not seeing them, so we'll go ahead and move on to the NASDAQ. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and change this to the NASDAQ. Okay, we'll go ahead and close this off here. We'll go ahead and close off some of these indicators here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and clear out some drawings, and we're going to go ahead and move this up to turn off initial balance here for a second as well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up the daily chart, get a sense for what the market is trying to accomplish. And again, we seem to be in some sort of range here. Okay, we had a nice push higher, met with some sellers. Buyers were not able to take it back to that same level again. Okay, before sellers stepped in again. Now we seem to be a little bit of an area of demand here. Okay, this area right here seems to be an area of demand. Okay, somewhere in that range, right? We see up. This was a prior area of resistance that got broken and retested. We've come back to that level, tested below, reacted above, but we haven't been able to make a new high. We're kind of stuck in this range, and the same is true of the lows, right? We seem to be stuck in some sort of range price action at the moment. Okay. All right. 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Okay. We're right on top of this demand zone. Okay. Notice again, we got a nice bullish candle away from it. We had price come and retest it again, met with some buyers. Okay. So obviously, if I'm bullish, right, I'd like to see price begin to make a new high, right? I'd like price to get above 21,550. Okay. To give me some indication that, that we are in a potential move to the upside here. Okay. So I'm kind of drawing my channel here a little bit. And basically, I'm kind of waiting to see if price does indeed, breach this in this direction. And then I can, maybe wait for a retest and then look for something that looks along these kind of lines. Okay. This is a 4-hour chart. Okay. So this will take a little bit of time to play out. Okay. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this channel here. We'll kind of zoom in on these candles. Okay. So we have, let's see. First thing I'm going to add here is my fixed range volume profile. I'm going to locate the 9:30 candle from Monday, drag that across to today. You can see that price is right smack in the middle of value. Okay. Indicating that we could just be, we could end up just bouncing between value for the remainder of the year. Okay. So that's something that we need to be aware of, right? No one side of the market has really taken control, right? We seem to be intent on potentially closing out the year inside value. Okay. So areas of importance that I'm going to pay attention to, obviously, is value area high, right? I want to understand how price reacts as it approaches this area of value, because this could offer me, a reversal back down to the other side of value, and we can remain in that range. Okay. All right. So initial balance is not available to us. The market is not open for another 18 minutes. So let's go ahead and open up our ADR levels, see where we are with respect to ADR. We'll go ahead and open up ASR to see where we're with respect to ASR. So this area right here, you can see, right, this area in red is telling us that this might be an area where we might see, some reversal in price. Okay. Average session range high. Okay. So this area could serve as an area for potential reversal in price. Okay. Of the current kind of bullish move that we're seeing. Okay. If price manages to get above this area of value, maybe break above this, we could potentially see a rally back to maybe some of the highs from Friday. Okay. But before we can see that, we need to get above this area of resistance that I'm seeing here. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and add our levels to this market. Okay. Well, actually, let me before I do that, let me go ahead and add our anchored VWAP. Okay, so I'm gonna locate London. Okay, you can see that price is starting to creep its way above this anchored VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and open up our standard VWAP if I can locate it. Okay, so price is above both our anchored VWAP and our standard VWAP. Okay, which could provide us. Notice how price as it reacted off of this level. Where did price stall? Well, price stalled at this at VWAP. Okay, hey Lynn, price stalled at this VWAP. Okay, so this could lead to potential continuation move. Okay, back to the upside. Okay, that's what this is telling me, right? Price reversed higher, came back to VWAP, okay, and responded away from VWAP. So there, that indicates to me that there is somebody there potentially buying these dips. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and remove. Let's go ahead and add my levels to this market. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and okay, so there's our levels that we're tracking in this market. I'm just going to go ahead and close this down and get a sense, remove some of these arrows, I think would be probably a good idea. All right. Okay, so let's double confirm some of these. We got 21,565 is our value area high. Well, that's within tolerance. We have our ADR zone here, ADR high coming in at 21,800. That doesn't seem right. So we'll adjust that. Let's see. 21,000 looks like it's 596. So we'll adjust this to 21,596 is our average daily range high. Okay. 596.75. Okay. Okay. So our average session range high seems to be in order. Okay. We have 21,536. I have 530. So I'll change that to 3. Okay. And then we have our point of control here. Let's go ahead and open this up here just to confirm some of these numbers I have here. Okay, so point of control is 517. Value area low is 358. Okay, that's all seems in order. Okay. All right. So like I said, right now it feels like maybe there's a potential, right, that we could get a rally. Okay. Right, we could get a rally to the upside. I'm seeing evidence of this with the value reaction off of value area low, not value area low, VWAP. Okay, so there's a potential for maybe a move to the upside. Okay, in this market, right? If we get a break of channel, and especially if we get a break above 21,514, the only thing that I'm a little bit cautious about is the proximity of value area high. Okay, so we have to kind of think, at least initially, I would say that we have to think that we're going to be potentially in a range today. Okay, now if we do manage to get above this 21,000, yeah, P is patience. Yeah, we need to be patient. Exactly. If we do manage to get above, 575, let's say, then maybe we can make a case that we can move into some sort of trend and rally into the end of the year. Okay. So I would say that I am, cautiously bullish right now in this market. I see that we had a strong push to the upside. We had a reaction back, and we have not made any sort of new lows. Okay. So we'll have to wait and see what the initial balance range provides. But I would probably look for something where I get a break of initial balance high to the upside and look for opportunities maybe for an upside move in the markets. okay, with maybe targets up here at value area high, at least initially, okay, at least initially. And then maybe at value area high, take a look at how price reacts around this area. That could also provide me maybe a potential reversal in price around this area here. Okay. All right. I think that's pretty much what I have for the NASDAQ. So let's go ahead, unless there's questions, we'll go ahead and move on to the ES. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn off some of our levels here. Okay. And again, we'll move into the daily and ask the question, well, what is the market trying to accomplish here? Well, market has been kind of, I guess, more of rangy of late, a lot of overlapping candles of late. Okay. Kind of, I would say maybe in the beginning stages of maybe some sort of consolidation triangle pattern here, right? I see a beginning kind of triangle pattern that's forming here, right? You're welcome, Frizu. Okay. Happy New Year. All right. So kind of the beginning stages of a triangle pattern here. Okay. So again, the question is, what direction is this going to move? Right? Is this going to be something that kind of extends to the downside, or is this going to be something that extends to the upside? Well, we won't know, but as we coil inside this triangle pattern, there's a move brewing. Okay, there's a move brewing in this market based on the daily. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Here we are. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this from a 4-hour perspective. I'm going to go ahead and turn off, get rid of our, get rid of our levels here. Okay, so it appears, again, you can make a case here that we have a supply level above here and a demand zone around 59.20. Okay, maybe this is an area of demand. We don't know, right? But it looks like we did get some reaction around 59.25. Okay, we got a rally, right, that broke some structure here to the upside. We got maybe the same seller that brought price down kind of stepped back into the market here, and now we have some buyers maybe kind of looking to maybe hold this 59.25 level. Okay, price is technically below our 233-day EMA, so that indicates to us that maybe that the sentiment still remains a little bit bearish in this market. Okay. Me personally would like to see, if this is truly going to rally, I would like to see, a break of, what is this? 59, it's 80, let's say, I'd like to see a break of 59.80 to really trust or begin to make a case that maybe we will rally from here. Okay. So I'd like to see price break above, break above this level here, right? So I'm just going to mark this as resistance. Okay, I see that this was an area of support in the past. So if this is truly going to begin to start to break some structure to the upside, I'd like to see price get above this 59.80 level. Okay, moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart, again, seems like it's kind of building up here a little bit, right? We got a nice move away, right? We got a kind of an ascending, a little bit of a pullback here, followed by kind of an engulfing candle here, right? So if we manage to get above, again, that 59.80 level, right? That would be the first. And then ultimately we need to see if we can get above 59.90. Okay. If we can get above 59.90, then it opens up 66,000. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know if you're a believer of this or not, but I think generally markets, especially kind of like end of year, these whole number kind of levels, 6,000, we closed the year at 6,000. All right. That's going to be, I would say that is going to be somewhat magnetic. Okay. For this market. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 6,000 as kind of a magnetic level. for price to potentially reach before the end of the year. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile. We're going to go ahead and locate the start of the session yesterday, drag that across to the close of the session from yesterday. Okay, there it is. So we're inside value, much like what we saw in the NASDAQ. Okay, inside value indicates that we could be seeing range kind of price action. All right, so this 59.88, 59.90 level is kind of rearing its head again from a value perspective. Okay, so this 59.90 is going to be an important level to see if we're able to get it above. Okay, we see that price is above our daily VWAP, sloping to the upside. Okay, indicating maybe there's some momentum behind this move to the upside. I'm going to go ahead and draw my anchor VWAP for the start of London. And you can see here that price has managed to get above this anchored stay above this anchored VWAP as well. So we have two kind of indications indicating that there might be some more upside opportunity in this market. Now, do we have some headwinds above us? We do. We have value area high, and we have some structure here that could cause price to stall. But we've been up to this area. We got a little bit of reaction, but the sellers have not been strong enough to continue its trek to the downside. Okay, so we got one initial reaction away from this level. It wasn't meaningful. Okay, so now the buyers are starting to get build up some momentum here, maybe for a potential move to the upside. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add our levels here to this chart. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. So we have the levels. Here are our levels that we're tracking in this market. We're going to go ahead and open up ADR here. Okay. So their ADR level is above us here at 59.97. Okay. That is our average daily range high, up as high as 6,004. Okay. So that's our average daily high level. So that's, again, could serve as kind of a target, has a potential, could be used as potential target for a potential trade. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up ASR here. ASR is coming in a bit lower than that here at 59.82. It kind of reacted away from it already. Okay. We had a reaction away from 59.82, but it has not been sustained, right? We're still above this anchor VWAP. We're still above this daily VWAP. Okay. Value area high looks like is checking in is correct at 59.90. We have 5,900 is some demand level below us. Okay. There's 5,900 down here. Okay. That's a 4-hour supply. Okay. So like I mentioned, if we are able to start to maybe break some of these, continue to break structure to the upside. Okay. First order of business, I would say, is 59.80. If we can get above 59.80, then we can use 59.80 as a reference level. Okay. For maybe an upside move up to 6,000. Okay. And then maybe that's kind of where we kind of leave off for the day. I'm not sure. Okay. Or it may be as high as 60.20. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the ES. All right. We're going to go ahead and close out the year with a review of the Dow. Okay. Review of the Dow. All right. Okay. Again, we're going to turn off some of our levels. Okay, we're going to turn this level off as well. And ASR. Okay, we're going to look at the daily quickly. Okay, and see what the market is trying to accomplish here. Well, if you talk to me, we're starting to see structure, right? Broken. We broke some structure to the downside. We came back to that same level, and that's kind of reacted away from it. Now we did. Looks like we did find some buyers here. Okay. The question is, can we make a new low? Can we close below this level? If we do, then we can get as low. I would say that out of all the markets that I'm looking at so far, the Dow looks the weakest. Okay. Dow looks the weakest of the equity markets. All right. So if we do manage to get a close below 42,750, I think that opens up the door for 42,000. Okay. We've tested this a couple of times and has met with buyers, and we have a developing bullish candle at the moment. Okay. For our chart. Okay, we had some buyers kind of step in around this 42,600 level. We have as of yet have not made a new high or a new low. Okay. But structure indicates to me that maybe we're looking to maybe make a move higher. Okay. But we still need to get above 43,267 on this chart. Okay. Kind of a little messy kind of price action of late. Not really, conducive to really any sort of direction, unfortunately. Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay. 30-minute chart. We're above VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and draw our anchored VWAP here. Okay. At the start of this pivot here, that's yesterday. So let's see where London falls right here. Okay. And let's see. Oh, this looks like I draw a visible range volume profile here. All right, let's draw something else here. We want to do an anchored VWAP right about there. Okay. So price again above our anchored VWAP. Now the question is it going to maintain that? Is it going to maintain above? Right? We're seeming to be getting a little bit of pressure here. Market just opened, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the initial balance range. Okay, so we see that the initial balance range, let's change this not to for Tokyo, but for the regular trading session. Okay, and we can see what kind of price, how initial balance is starting to behave here. Okay, so we have a start of the initial balance range. We're going to go ahead and open up fixed range volume profile, get a sense for where we are in reference to value. Okay, so you can see we're also inside this value range. All right, in all the equities. Okay, we have the value area high here. Okay, so that could potentially serve as an area of resistance. Okay, in this market. Now, if we do manage to get above, right? If we do manage to get above, right? We get above this, then we can use this value area high as a reference level for maybe continuation move to the upside. Okay. And maybe we can get back to the highs here around 43,000, 43,280. Okay. That's certainly not out of the realm of possibility, but we also could continue to hang around here, just like we did here, right? We got up to value and reversed away from it. That's certainly not out of the realm of possibility either. Okay. We could come up to this level up here and reverse away from it. Okay. You too, George. Happy New Year as well. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and open up ADR. Okay. Open up ADR here. So there's our another target for maybe a potential long trade. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and open up ASR as well. Okay. We're not going to mark these levels, but just indicate that they're there. Okay. Again, these serve as areas for, potential resistance to any sort of upside move that we make, if we make it. Okay. All right. So let's see. We got our initial balance. We got our ADR zones. We got our, see, visible range. We'll go ahead and open up that. Okay. So we're right smack in the point of control of the visible range of the chart that we have here. Not necessarily an area that I generally like to initiate, trades. But if we do, again, like I said, if we do get maybe to the upper end of value here, that might be an area that we could potentially fade the market. Okay. If we get the right kind of price action. Okay. This area down here, the low end of value at say 42,800. This might be an area where we might see support. Okay. Down in this area right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. Okay. Okay. So that area right there seems to be a reasonable area for support. Where is, okay, there it is. Change that to green. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that's pretty much, I think right now, like I said, if I had to choose a direction in this market, I would say the direction is higher. Okay. But I do see that there is some headwinds, okay, above us. Okay. I do see that we at 41,000 or 43,100. It could potentially be an area of resistance. I'm seeing that here. Okay. Um, so yeah, so that's kind of I guess what I have to for the markets today. Um, so we'll go ahead and close out the year and our complimentary review sessions for the year. Okay, we'll move back this review behind membership. So if you are interested in continuing to I guess benefit from these kind of reviews, I do have a link that you can take a look at and see. Before we close the session, we'll make a little bit of a plug here for the portal. All right. So allows me to continue to invest in the portal here. So we'll see here. Your channel. Okay, let's add the link. Okay. All right. So here's the link to the portal to join membership. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of briefly kind of outline what the memberships offer you. Okay. Start of the new year. Like I said, this particular analysis, this pre-market review that we're doing at the moment is going to go behind a membership wall here. Okay. So I just provided this as kind of a, kind of a courtesy here to give you a feel for the memberships and a feel for me as a I guess provider of content here. So let's see if I can locate where did I do with my, all right. Okay, so you can see here we have three main levels. We have the market trader starter level for $34.99 a month. This gives you access to premium content, basically video libraries of on education and strategies. Okay, sort of kind of like an offline model. Okay, then we have the Market Trader Plus. Okay, which at $49.99 a month. That is the first level that gives you access to these live sessions that I'm performing here, where I do live analysis of the markets. Okay, that's our $49.99 level. Okay, and that also gives you video access to live trades that I've taken, video access. And then the last one, the Market Trader Pro, the $99.99 a month, provides you everything that the Market Trader Starter provides, the Plus provides, and also provides a once or a couple of days a week where I jump into the market and trade live with you. Okay. So that would be access to live trading sessions with me. So I'm looking to kind of expand my visibility here a little bit more, and make myself available. But again, some of this now is now going to be under a membership wall. Okay, so that's pretty much what I have here, guys. I do thank everyone for the likes. I do thank everyone for the support that they've given me so far. in creating the 600 or so subscribers that I have currently on the market on the portal today. So I want to thank you. I'm grateful for that. And then obviously I want to wish you a very happy new year, a year of success in trading in 2025. Let 2025 be the year that you turn the corner in your trading, and I hope that I can be a part of that turnaround. All right. So happy New Year, feliz año nuevo, and let's make 2025 the best year for us. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for me. I'll pop in here the Discord server, see what kind of activity is there, and look forward to working with each and every one of you in the coming year.